Well, welcome to one of my problem solving videos. This one is all about forecasting free cash flows. Now, there are lots of techniques for this. This just happens to be one of them. So let's think about what we need to know. We need to know a little bit about weighted average cost of capital. You can find that lots of places. You can Google that. There are some websites that'll calculate it. You can calculate it yourself. This just reflects the average cost of capital for the corporation. We need to have some idea about what our current sales are, what our operating capital is, right? How much assets do we have that actually support the operations of the company? It's nice to know where our current profit margin is. So we have net operating profit after taxes divided by sales. And of course, then we can calculate the relationship between operating capital and sales. So in this example, we have a weighted average cost of capital of 4.8%, sales of 1,000, operating capital 900. Our current profit margin is 9%, and our relationship between assets and sales, operating capital and sales, is 90%. Now, what we're thinking is going to happen in this forecast is that we are going to be able to increase our sales, new products, better efficiency, better marketing. We have predicted some increase in our sales growth rate. We also, with that increase in sales growth, are predicting an increase in profit margins. Now, what we would like to do is to do all of that with fewer assets per sales. So what we're expecting to happen is maybe our operating capital maintains the same size, right? So we don't buy new assets. But if we have sales growth growing, that implies that there's going to be a smaller relationship, right? The relationship between operating capital and sales will go down. The denominator will rise, but maybe in this case, the numerator stays the same. So what do we end up with? As far as our forecast then, we are forecasting, here's our sales forecast. As you can see, it's growing every year. Net operating profit after taxes, again, it is just a percentage, so it's 10% of whatever that is. Then operating capital, that again is a percentage, it's the operating capital per sales. Then that gives us our free cash flow calculation. So here is our estimate of free cash flows for the next several years for this particular corporation. Now, what is the performance of that? Well, we can see that the growth in cash flows is going to be a little bit varied, right? It has some increases, decreases, right? So we have some swings in free cash flow every year. So we have some idea about average growth maybe. And then we have return on invested capital. And we can see that it is happening exactly the way we wanted it. We wanted it to ultimately be increasing. We want there to be a greater return. There's more profits. There's more sales based on the asset size, which we expect to maintain or actually have reducing the relationship of assets. So again, this is just one way that we can project future cash flows of the company. See you soon.